2018 in Japan, I bought this book for 100 yen in a loss. And without it, I probably would have never been able to realize one of the most important lessons in the life of a creative. 3 things I always carry on a trail as a creative. So if you consider yourself a creative or you want to become a creating person, no matter where you are, even on the hike, then this video could be pretty cool for you. So this is my loyal fellow sweet potato Odin, which is probably the main reason why I'm calling myself a wandering musician today. I got this ukulele right before my journey to Japan, and not only have I written my first ever real song Space Balloon on this ukulele, but also I've taken it on more than 100 hikes already. It's been such a loyal fellow for so many years, and today I think I've written about 50 plus songs with it. So this instrument is the first thing I'm always carrying with me on my trail. And if you're one of the creative minds and you still like to go out in nature, maybe go hiking or even go somewhere else in the city, one of the biggest lessons I've learned is if you want to transform from a creative person to a creating person, it is of such benefit to always have your instrument with you, or maybe your pen if you're a writer, or if you would like to draw something, whatever your art is, carry your weapon with you. I can sit down wherever, whenever I want and just play a little music. Step by step, I'm moving forward, climbing up that mountain road. Rock face, body strong when it comes to strength in my back. The second thing I'm always bringing to the trail is my word book. This thing is really my memory keeper. Wherever I am, whenever something comes to my mind, I can write it down in this tiny book. And it's really a small book, so it fits perfectly into my pocket and is not too much extra weight. It also taught me one of the most important lessons of my life as a creative, which is inspiration does not arrive on schedule. It is completely unpredictable to say when creativity strikes. So when it strikes, I better be ready and write it down. And the main point is, just as with the ukulele, wherever I am, whenever inspiration strikes, I can write it down. Especially on my solo hikes, sometimes I just stop every 100 meters and write something down in this tiny word book. The message here is kinda, I believe you can never fully separate your life from art. Especially not in nature. Here, everything is art. Hey, look at this. What? Wow. As life is happening, art is happening. So let's be ready to write down whatever comes to our mind. Whatever inspiration strikes us right in the moment. Because we are masters in forgetting, right? We are so good at forgetting things, so once inspiration strikes, write it down immediately. The last thing I'm always carrying on my trail as a creative is not really a thing, but a so-called koan. The koan is about a man searching for Zen, searching for the answer in life. What is this all about? And he was searching for years until he finally hears about someone who might know an answer. And then he goes to this man, the Zen master, and he asks him, what is Zen? What is this all about here? What is the answer to life? And the Zen master serves him a cup of tea. And he pours in the tea until it spills, it overflows, the cup is overflowing onto the whole table. And he says, I can't teach you anything. As full as this cup of tea is your mind. Everything is so full of questions, full of wanting. It's full of I want to know, that there's no space for my teachings. You cannot receive my teachings. You cannot receive Zen. You cannot understand it. You cannot get it. What I'm carrying with me, my third thing, is an empty cup. I try to empty my cup. And I think this is really seriously important for us artists, for us creative persons, to have an empty cup. To consciously decide, I want to empty my cup for this adventure, for this hike, and be ready, be open for what I am experiencing. In my experience, no matter where I am in life, if I engage in life with an empty cup, wow. And especially when it comes to myself, I always have to remind me, I always need to remind myself, don't be so full of yourself. let life in. So these are the 3 things that I always carry on my hikes, and actually anywhere I go. Yesterday I was on a work-related party and I also brought my workbook, my ukulele and the koan. I think probably out of these 3, the koan is probably the heaviest to carry. It's a really tough thing you can carry with yourself, especially for me. It's tough to have an empty cup. I'm really full of myself, so that is something I really want and need to work on as a creative. It's a huge benefit to have an empty cup if you're a creative person. And if you have an empty cup, you sure need the word book, because then inspiration will come. And then it's better to have an instrument as well, or your weapon of choice, to really make use of the words you're writing down or whatever you're noting down. So all 3 are needed as a creative person, in my opinion, everywhere we go. So I hope something in the video resonated with you. Please share whatever thought you have about the video with me. And yeah, hopefully we see each other in the next video. Mata ne!